Everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Good. So for those of you joining us on the recording, we have Shelly and Christy Kahan with us on Monday the 12th. Happy Monday, guys.
Thank you.
So share with me, what kind of victories do you guys all have? Who would like to go first? Some type of victory, either like personal with your Isagenix journey or a business victory?
Go ahead, Christy.
I've had a few new people be interested in Isagenix, so I've sent them some information.
Yay.
I'm just looking for people to finally say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people are interested, but they haven't taken that final step.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. I'm going to make a note of that. Okay, how about you, Shel?
All right, I'm going to say it's my nitro from today's workout. My nitro. I'm loving it very
Christy,
much.
I don't know if you followed that Shelly is getting up at this insane hour to do like the, 6, 5, 6
No,
crazy.
we actually did 7 a.m. today.
Oh, you slept in.
We slept in, and we're so glad we did. We were doing 5 a.m. Mondays to kick off our week because of the boys' schedule, and now we backed it off to 7 because Mitchell is not supposed to be driving, but is driving and parking in the visitor parking lot at the high school.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so 7 a.m. is much more manageable. I'm glad that Nitro works for you. Christy, you like Nitro too, don't you?
Yeah, and that reminded me that I needed to drink mine right now so I can work out when I get off this call.
There you go. Awesome. So my victory would be that I thought we had an awesome virtual event Thursday night, and still waiting for the results to tally in, but I had one person enroll off of there, and hopefully we're going to get many more. But I'd like to hear what feedback you guys have, like either ways we could tweak the virtual event, how you're liking the virtual event, how you're using it as a tool. So I'd like kind of a recap on that particular tool for us.
I think it's nice to have it so that when we have someone that's interested, if we don't have time to sit down and meet with them or their schedule is crazy, we can just refer them back to the event.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had to do that yet or gotten the opportunity to do that yet, but it's nice to know that it's in my back pocket.
Right. And what about you, Christy?
I think it is good that you keep them up, because I've had one of my friends, I was just talking to her last week, and I told her that, you can always, she said she didn't have a chance to watch the event, and so I let her know that she could always go back and review it any time, and she didn't know that. So I think that's good that they stay up so that people can refer back to them.
Right. So here's some things. I love that it is people within our teams or people we know personally across the country that we're able to link arms with. Hey, Christy. Christy Pelkey just joined us, for those of you on the phone. We're talking about the virtual events. So what I love is that, and I've talked about this before, but I love that we can reach across state lines, and we're able to pull people in that we wouldn't normally be able to do at a face-to-face event. However, with the weather warming up, I do want to get back to doing sip and samples probably after spring break in April, because by then we shouldn't have to worry about snow prohibiting people from coming. But then the other thing I really like is that for those of us who are consistently sharing and who are looking to help our friends get healthy and really get some residual income or your products paid for, I want you guys to realize every month when I do the drop your transformation here, feel free to drop your transformation in there, because I think it makes the invite even easier for you to say to somebody, hey, come participate in this event that I'm doing. Come watch it. And like you said, Christy, it's so much easier. I think it's actually easier to watch on the replay. Now, I'm not going to promote that it's easier to watch on the replay, because you can do it faster. But I do think it's a key. But here's the thing I'm learning. It's really important to get you in saying that you're going, whether you are or not, just so you can invite people. And then invite them right away, even if you know they can't watch it live, because what I'm learning is that because I'm the administrator, so after the event has happened, say this person wasn't invited, and I'll just use the name Susie. So say Susie wasn't invited before Thursday, but Saturday she comes to me saying, I want to come. But Susie is a guest of Shelly's. From what I'm hearing from other people, Shelly cannot go back and add her after the event has happened. Me being the administrator has to be the one to add her after the event. So what I want you guys to do is invite people, and this is where the prejudging really comes into play. Don't think about it. Don't prejudge. Invite as many friends as you can. Now, the big thing is I'm inviting them via personal message, and then anybody who says yes or maybe gets the actual invite into the event. Every month, I try and change up my scripting to say different things. And I don't know what it was with this one, but I literally had and I didn't even start messaging people till Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. And I actually had probably one of the better responses off of this one, where I had, I think 10 people say, yes, add me to the event, literally like the day before.
Oh.
So and again, we can change up our scripting anytime, but the scripting that I used, let me find somebody who I sent it to so you guys can hear it. Okay. And again, some of these people have been watching me forever and they've gotten an invite before and have never said yes. So I got a couple people where I've invited them to several things and they've never said yes, but then a couple of them said, yeah, I do actually want to attend this one. One of them said, hey, Anna, I'd love to invite you to a Facebook virtual event I'm hosting a Thursday at 8 p.m. I feature 12 different team transformations from across the country that range from energy, weight loss, improved sleep, and healthy aging. Our system offers so much to hope emotionally. System offers so much hope emotionally and physically. It's a private event. Please let me know if you're interested. So I've copied and pasted that to so many people, and I think that line of, as a team, we offer so much hope emotionally and physically, was kind of that key sentence that really got a lot of people curious this time. So my key or trick for the next one, and I'm trying to do them about every 3 weeks so that we always have it to refer to. Now, we know we always have the Wednesday webinars to refer to, but I want this to be another piece. Like, I don't want to take away something. I want to have the corporate Wednesday webinars in our back pocket. I want the once a month samplings in our back pocket, and I want the once a month virtual events in our pocket. So we're just trying to make it easier and work collectively. And what I try and do is pick different people to post as the featured 10 or 12 posts at a specific time. But then all of us that are consistently reaching out to people, I want us to every month still go ahead and post in the drop your transformation below. And here's the thing, you can change it up every time. One time you can talk about the convenience. One time you can talk about, your kids. One time you can talk about the fitness part. Another time you can talk about energy or sleep. Like, change it up so your transformation changes in case you get somebody watching it more than 1 month in a row. So the other cool thing, I loved that we had, I don't know, did you guys get a chance to watch John Stankowicz's video on it?
Yeah.
Did you guys, Christy?
No.
I muted you. Hold on, Christy Khan. I didn't mute you. Sorry. Did you watch, Christy?
No, I didn't.
No.
Okay, I'm going to encourage you guys
to
go back and watch that one. I sent it in a personal message to both Max, Shelly's son, and Zach, my son, and about 5 other Start Group members, because he talks about how after graduating college, he didn't have to go to a job in a cubicle, and he lived in Italy for 8 months and toured Europe and is living the dream of his life, not having to work a corporate job. That it is a great, great vision, wealth-wise. And we had Bob Duncan, who was a Ice and Body finalist on there. So a couple weeks ago, I went to that February Frenzy event that was done near O'Hare. And at the event was Elvie Shepherd. And I went, hey, Elvie. And I explained what we were doing. I'm like, would you be open to jumping in? And he was talking specifically about 3-way calls. And so he was like, don't be afraid to call me if you want to use me for a 3-way call. So I went up to him, which I've met him a couple times, and I'm like, refreshed, his memory of who I was. And I said, hey, instead of a 3-way call, I'd love to have you on one of our Facebook virtual events. Would you be open to that? And he said, absolutely. So whether it's the next one or the one after that, I'm hoping to have, grand champion of Isabody, Albie Shepherd, as one of our guests.
Awesome.
I also want to pull in for another athlete. Jill Scott is one of Cindy's higher up enrollees. And Jill Scott, I think she just turned 50 last week, but she is, I don't know what you'd call her trade-wise, but almost, I'll call her highly competitive, but I don't think she's qualified as professional level yet, but highly qualified triathlon, like crushing it, full triathlons, Ironman at age 50. And
wow.
And so I'd love to feature her sometime. And then Chris Lyman is out in Iowa. And every month I'm looking for a medical professional. And so she's a nurse. So she's my next one I'm looking to pull in on the medical professional. So just so you guys know, I'm always looking for weight loss. I'm always looking for healthy aging, fitness, and a medical. So if you have recommendations for people under your team, this is a really easy first step. They don't have to go out there alone. It's an easy invite. It's a group environment. They don't have to present. You can help them write their first script. So be sure to be reaching down to your team. And when you have somebody where you're like, Christy Kahan, I'll use an example. Say your mom or your sister is just crushing this. And you're like, I'd really like to feature my mom. Let me know, because I start writing out those schedules ahead of time. And I want to reach down deeper and deeper within our team and start bringing them up and letting them shine. So shoot me messages if you have people you want to shine. They want to shine. Anything else on the virtual event before we go on? The other thing
I would love to feature my mom, but she's not quite ready for it yet.
Okay. Well, and that goes for any of your team members, so anybody you'd like to highlight, let me know.
Yeah.
So I also try and change up days in the week. So we did one on a Sunday night. I think we did one on a Monday night maybe, and this one was on a Thursday. Do you guys have preferences on your next day of the week to highlight?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm thinking a Wednesday. I'm toying with a Saturday morning, but I really think with sports in season, the Saturday, it's that double-edged sword. I think I'll get more people who work during the week to do a Saturday morning, but then I know I also lose it to kids' sports.
Right.
So who knows? We'll see. But I'm thinking a Wednesday night may be the next one. Okay, so let's talk about final steps. So Christy, you mentioned that like getting that closing to happen is where you're struggling. So where can we help everybody, especially for people who are watching this call on a playback? Like, what are some areas we can help you with the closing?
Like, how do you finally get somebody? I mean, I've had a few people say yes, but I just that final step, I just don't know how to get them to finally commit.
Okay. So does anybody have any suggestions before I jump into my suggestions? Do Chrissy Pelkey or Shelley have any recommendations?
Oh, go ahead.
No. I was kind of interested to hear what Jody was going to say. So.
Okay. So
the idea would be, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Christy.
Oh, I was just going to mention our money back satisfaction guarantee. I think when people are reassured that if for some reason it's not for them, that it's okay, that they're not stuck, I think that helps open up the whole, okay, so if I try this and I can't commit, or for some reason I can't do this, then it's okay,
Right.
I think that's a key thing in making sure that they know about that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a few suggestions I have is if you watched or have been tuning into Cindy Walters' Monday night coaching calls, they're Monday at 8 p.m. She's done a couple weeks where they really talk heavily about the 3-way call. And if you are in March to Manager, Lori and Dawn in week 1 talk a lot about it was either in week 1 or in the intro, they talk about the 3-way call. And when I went to February Frenzy, Albie Shepherd got up and talked about the 3-way call. And I think this is probably something that we don't utilize enough, because what you can do is you can pull in another leader. It could be us, it could be your enrolling sponsor, it could be anybody. And Albie Shepherd's like, so I got really ballsy and I called Chris Harder for my 3-way call. And he's like, and he was totally happy to do it for me. He's like, reach up to those people who you admire and want to follow their pathway. So whether that's me or Cindy or Lisa or Lori Olson or, Dawn Pasanko, although Dawn's in Australia right now, like, who do you want to use and utilize a 3-way call? Because here's what happens is it lets somebody other than you be the expert. It validates the person who's doing the 3-way call is going to come back and validate you and affirm your actions and what you're doing. And then, between the two of you, you can help answer questions, and either they can help you close or you can close. My favorite closing phrase, what did you like most about what you heard? And how soon are you looking to start your health journey? I think those are really easy, natural flowing questions. They're clearly on a call or having a conversation with you because they're interested. So to me, like, I am not a fan of, on a scale from 1 to 10, where are you? To me, that's too salesman-y. That to me just sounds like a setup. But when you sincerely say, like, hey, and try the old sales tool, try not to ask yes or no questions, but ask questions that are open-ended. So really, what did you love? Like, and I kept phrasing off the virtual event, which transformation spoke to you? So you know where they are. And how soon are you looking to make a health improvement or start your health journey? Whatever flows out of your mouth better. I think those are two great closing questions. I think the other is that we as a society, and I get wrapped up in this as well, get nervous about, I got to give them time to think about it. Like, we delay the getting back to them. And I remember back in my previous business, there was a stat that every day that goes by that you don't follow up after your conversation or after a virtual event or after a sampling, your interest goes down 10% every day. So if you're waiting 3 or 4 days to contact them after you've had that conversation or they've come to an event, they're down to 60 to 70% interest at that time. So I think that follow-up in the first day or two is really key, because that's when they're excited. They've just seen the transformations. They've just heard the hope. They're excited. So I think timing of when to follow up is really key. And I think asking a natural question that would flow out of your mouth that doesn't sound salesman-y is a really good key.
Okay.
The other thing is, again, if you're following in the March to Madness that Lori Olson is leading, last week's homework page was on HHP. Now, it's kind of funny because you don't hear me talking about HHP a lot, because personally, I have not had as big of luck with HHP as I've had with samplings and virtual events. That's not to say it doesn't work, and that's not to say that can't be your wheelhouse. Lori Olson, Dawn, Allie, all those guys, there's a bunch of them, Alex Cowell, Cindy, Lisa, Ann Barante, they've had great success off of HHP. And so last week's homework, in their video, they teach you how to use HHP again. And if you haven't seen it, our own Kristen Koski has a video in ISA Journey that you can go back and put in HHP video or Kristen Koski video. And it's a 10-minute video that explains the updates since, I think they updated it last September or October, the new changes to HHP. And then on the March to Manager, Dawn, Allie, and Lori, Allie goes through with a poster board how to use HHP. And their homework for last week was invite 5 people within the week to HHP. And I think that's very doable to do the 5 people. Now, we're doing that extra challenge where anybody who completes March to Manager with your tasks, we're putting your name in a drawing for a free mocha shake. So I am all about following the rules. However, I will say if you did not meet the deadline by yesterday to get your 5 people in, I'll carry that through this week. But then I also want you doing this week's homework as well. I don't know if I haven't looked to see, they usually don't put the videos up till the afternoons on Monday, but you have the whole week to then do your homework of whatever the assignments were. So I think that's a key piece, because HHP and letting them simmer in there, as they call it, let them look for articles they want to look for, let them build their excitement and knowledge in there. But then again, don't wait too long. 2-3 days later is when you want to be following up and tapping in what they're finding, what they're liking. And you can use those same closing phrases. What are you liking on HHP? What has spoken to you? You know, and then, and you can even say, so you're ready to get started, which is a yes or no. I like the when are you looking to start your health journey, because it's not a yes or no, but whichever works best for you. And then truly, I think the biggest key for all of this is consistency. Consistency with our postings, consistency with asking people to HHP or to virtual events. That consistency is the key, because we all know if somebody stops posting, sadly enough, the general population is waiting for us to fail. They're waiting for it to say, oh, see, that was a fad. It didn't work. And you could still be using the product and not posting, but in their minds, they're thinking you've stopped because they haven't seen you post in a while. So whatever your rhythm is, whether it's once a week, twice a week, have some type of transformation at least once a week. I'm a fan of twice a week. But that consistency, and it can, change it up. It could be a healthy recipe. It could be a Thirsty Thursday. It could be a health tip. It could be improving your sleep. Work on different topics, but at least have one health transformation a week. And I think that, because, you have those stalkers that never comment, never like, but those are going to be the people to call you. And when they do call you, you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were watching. So we can't discount those secret stalkers, because they are watching. But in their minds, if you stop posting or your regularity isn't there, they're thinking it doesn't work. So I think that's the other key to closing, is to keep that consistency going. Do those help give you guys ideas?
It's true with the ones that don't comment, because those are the ones that I notice recognize my transformation the most outside of online, because they'll come up to me and be like, oh, I saw your posts online and stuff. So they're looking, they're just not saying anything. So those are the ones that I notice the most.
Yes, the silent stalkers, I call them. Yeah. And look at, I found Isagenix because Lisa posted about Bob. And I would say probably 70 to 80% of our team found Isagenix because of posts on Facebook. It is a free, fabulous tool we have. So let's not waste it.
You know what else I notice? Even if I've hit a plateau for a long period of time, I get the same people, and it's mostly like close friends or family, that'll keep telling me how fabulous I look, even though I haven't really changed. So I think in a way, there are some things that change about you that you don't notice, even if you haven't lost inches, even if you haven't lost any weight. I think our body still changes in certain ways, whether it's our skin, maybe our face thins a little bit, maybe our skin looks brighter, maybe it looks less flawed, I don't know. But I have somebody that keeps saying the same thing to me over and over again, and she sees me often enough. So I'm like, well, I haven't lost any weight, so I'm not sure what she's noticing different, but they do notice.
Yeah.
Well, and here's what I think. It's an emotional change too.
Mm-hmm.
That your habits are changing, and the good nutrition is giving you better skin, more sleep, less bags under your eyes. Like, think of all these non-scale victories we have, and how you're in emotionally. You joke around, your kids know when you haven't taken Ionix.
Right.
You're completely a different person emotionally and physically. So I always lead with that, even if you're in a plateau, even if you haven't had scale victories recently, always lead with and I feel amazing. Because there are so many people out there that look great but feel like crap.
Right.
And they would give anything to feel good. So when you lead with, and I feel even better, or I feel amazing, or I keep noticing improvements every single day, that's going to draw, you want to draw people in. They're going to be like, really? Like, oh my gosh, it's been 6 months and you're still having improvements. That's what
You're like, oh, you can feel good too.
Exactly. So tease them, you know, and and I'm going to have to cut it short to jump onto Mastermind, but one of the comments I loved hearing, I think it was at NYKO, somebody was joking around going, we're not proposing on the first date. You know, that think about when you started dating your husband, he didn't go out with you on the first date and get to dessert and go, so you want to marry me? Like you leave some enticement of wanting to get to know each other and kind of tease each other a little, you know, with the really, oh, that's so cool. Like we want to do the same thing with Isogenics. We don't want to get 10 minutes into a conversation and be like, so are you taking a value pack today? Like build that relationship and court people and truly be interested in the connection, and their curiosity will follow. You know, it takes sometimes a day, sometimes 5 years, you know, but you never know when that's going to be. So keep up the good work, ladies. Reminder, meeting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Guests are welcome. Please, please, please reach out to your teammates. Even if you can't come, I want them coming. The topic is weight plateaus and kids on Isogenics. So it seems to me both Christies, you guys have birthdays tomorrow for your kids, right?
Yep.
Is yours? I don't.
Okay.
I had every intention of coming, but now Kylie has a soccer practice that she has to attend.
Okay. So invite your teams. Since both of you have younger ones on Isogenics, if you want to send me an email of any tips or favorite products your kids like, I would love to be able to refer to other references than me. Okay. And then the links that I'm going to be printing out to hand out to people, I will be posting the links in a post-team meeting recap on Isojourney. The other thing I really want to try and have you guys help me is that views and attendance and commenting on Isojourney has really just taken a nosedive. To me, that's the working smarter, not harder. We want to make sure our team is staying engaged and get everybody posting on there, that it's not the Randy Jody page. Be sure to put posts. So if you find articles, I just got an article about sleep and specifically the correlation of boys who don't get enough sleep get sick, which you saw Jake in the background. He had a sleepover Saturday. I am done with sleepovers because every time he has a sleepover, he wakes up sick the next day or two. So, you know, any articles or posts you have, feel free to post because that I think will get your team members watching the page too. All right?
Okay.
All right. Have a great day. Don't forget Cindy's call tonight. We're going to have to watch the rewind because we will be gone tonight. And then hopefully we'll see you or your teammates tomorrow at the team meeting.
Okay. See ya.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.